Emmanuel Lewis, Manny, he was executive producer of a fan documentary I did for Whitney. He helped back that on Kickstarter many, many years ago. So thank you again for that. Like, you supported me in a way that nobody has. I appreciate that. Yeah, I got to meet Whitney in 1998 on MTV. I got to interview her.
That made her life. 9/11 was serious, but meeting Whitney Houston was the highlight of her entire life.
Come on now.
I'm not even mad at that. I think that is the most beautiful thing.
Today I'm going to talk about how I got to go to Michael Jackson's 30th anniversary concert celebration in New York City at Madison Square Gardens, and how the next day was September 11th. Now, back in 2021, I interviewed Emmanuel Lewis about our experience at the Michael Jackson concert and September 11th. So let me roll the clip.
Months before Michael Jackson's anniversary happened, I got wind of it I wasn't that internet savvy, but I was Whitney Houston savvy. So I found out that Whitney Houston was supposed to be performing at this big Michael Jackson concert. I'm like, Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston on the same oh my gosh. It's the first time ever that I connected Michael Jackson and Emmanuel to ask him for something. This man been friends with Michael forever, but he'll tell you that the first person I asked him about was Whitney Houston. So
I'm a big Michael Jackson fan, but the reason I asked for tickets is because Whitney Houston was going to be performing, or so I thought. I mean, she did perform at the first show, but the show that I went to, Whitney did not show up. Now, don't get me wrong. I am thrilled that I got the opportunity to see Michael Jackson perform at Madison Square Gardens for such an amazing concert, because I've never seen him sing live before, perform live. But had I known Whitney Houston would not be there on the day that I got to go see him, I would have stayed at home and just got the DVD or watch it on TV later, because no concert is worth being in a terrorist attack in New York City or anywhere in the world for that matter. But if you gotta be in a situation like that, I couldn't think of a better person to be in the foxhole with than Emmanuel Lewis. Emmanuel sums up this 24-hour span of time of two polar opposites perfectly. Let me roll the clip.
Important to hear, how we got through that, how we dealt with that, all of that is real, and how we had to mentally deal with, having the best night of our lives, feeling wild and enjoying all of that, and then the next morning all hell breaking loose.
Come on.
It's like you couldn't have gotten the high of the high and the low of the low in with 24 hours more than that moment right there. And I've never talked about the whole, Michael Jackson concert, which I think is his last concert, if I'm not mistaken. That was his last real concert. And we never talked about that. We never talked about the next morning, which was 9/11. I've never talked to anyone about that.
Are you serious?
No, I'm dead serious. I've never talked to anyone about that. Nobody knows to this day.
What? This is an exclusive. I didn't even know I was getting an exclusive.
No, I've never had this conversation before. I've never talked to anyone about it, and nobody even knew to even ask. You're one of the very people to even know to even ask.
So I had no idea that this was an exclusive conversation, that he had never spoken about any of this before, and we had not even spoken about it. So if you want to check out the whole interview, please just go to my YouTube channel @Quencie and watch the whole interview.